Hello, I'm Pete Hutchins of Chris Ham Riding Estate Agents, and we're here at the delightful Overton Hall, which is a stunning Grade 2 listed building sat in the most amazing grounds. And speaking of beautiful grounds, before we get stuck into the house, we have a 5-acre approx paddock here, available by separate negotiation. So those of you who want to keep a few animals, maybe your horses, maybe a few sheep, talk to us about that. But in the meantime, it's all about this incredible home that offers thousands of square feet of internal accommodation, all presented immeasurably well. You're going to absolutely adore this, and as we come through these stone pillars, the driveway sweeps through your manicured lawns. I cannot stress to you how nice the views are from here. Please do look at all our drone footage and enjoy this video tour. Let's get a bit closer. Moving up the driveway now, suitable for, well, numerous vehicles. There's a small parking spot there, which I think you'd use quite a lot. Coming all the way up here, there's plenty of turning space for large vehicles, and indeed just where that car sits, we've got a brilliant detached garage outbuilding. You can see two large doors there. There's a great width to that. It's on our floor plan. Take a look. Really valuable and really useful. All the lawns look like something from Chelsea Flower Show. It's a credit to the current owners, and look how charming the home is. It has a real quaint aesthetic, but wait till you get stuck in. The space and presentation on offer is second to none. Through the wrought iron gate here, we have natural stone aplenty. I can see box hedging. I feel like I'm at a National Trust property. But through this historic door we go. Stepping through this grand timber front door, straight away the character is obvious, and that continues throughout. At the head of this entrance hall, we have an ornate staircase leading all the way up to the first floor. But before then, we're going to show you this left-hand wing of the house to start. And this room, of course, has an abundance of character. The whole house will. You'll get sick of me saying that. Straight away, your eyes are drawn to the timber frame there. Everything's immaculately decorated and very sympathetically done. And whilst this has a cosy, snug feel, wrapped around this beautiful fireplace, the room is actually of a great size. I'm 6'2" and there's no height issues here. I can move around happily, enjoying the views through those supreme quality windows. Stepping back into the entrance hall, and it's time for another useful reception room just behind that lounge. And here in this home office or snug or whatever you want it to be room, like I say, it's got a great size to it. It works as a study or a library. Tucked away on the front here, yet again, timber frames, great views. Being a study or an office, there is more functionality, and that really is helped by the built-in cabinetry there. Now that wing's done with, we'll move through into the centre of the home. And here we are in a grand dining or reception room here, again used for whatever you want. Take a look at that ornate frame there, which really frames this more useful and efficient fireplace here. You'll see so many fires throughout the home, I can tell you. They put out a wonderful amount of heat. There's 16th century charm throughout the house, and intriguing bit of stained glass and timber there. Can only imagine how that would have looked back in the day, but it certainly looks good today. Through this charming door behind me, that's the utility in the kitchen, but as you hopefully have seen on the floor plan, we'll move on through the centre of the home yet still, and here we have the bottom of this minstrel's gallery here, which is perfectly demonstrated as a seating area or a reading nook. Looking up there to the landing, this is just a wonderful feature. But come on through to perhaps the main reception room. This has got lots of character, but it feels like it has its very own character as well. It's a larger room, perhaps one for the family. Of course, the views and the windows really adorn the room and complement it nicely. But as I said earlier, fires run throughout the house, and amidst this sea of exposed, beautiful natural stone, here we have another one. And again, I can assure you, plenty of heat coming out of there. So this is a wonderful room that is just perfect for family life, in my opinion. Now, I've mentioned the windows and indeed the natural stone, and it's worth noting close up here, the mullions and these sills, all locally sourced natural bride stones, giving that perfect pink hue. It's absolute quality and artisan craftsmanship has been put into this whole house, but certainly the window areas. Stepping from that sitting room into the living kitchen. Here in this multi-aspect corner, here we have the dining area or the breakfasting area, and it's brilliant to see this staged so well, because I'm sure this is how you're going to be living. Moving on through, I just want to stop here and look at the attention to detail, craftsmanship, and gone into this stable door here. The thickness of that's incredible, bespoke joinery at its finest, in my opinion. Yet more stone flagging beneath me here with that underfloor heating running throughout. It's just wonderful. Here we are in the kitchen, which whilst being traditional in style, certainly has all mod cons and then some more. Moving on through, the ubiquitous country home Aga there. You just have to have that, and there's plenty of heat pouring from that. Even the chef's tap here, attention to detail throughout is incredible. There's a Smeg induction hob here, fitted into the granite worktops, and that's great for perhaps when you don't need this Aga. But there's plate racks, there's plenty of storage, it just works oh so well. There's even a small breakfast bar area here, so this really was ahead of its time when it was designed. And here we have the very popular larder store, and there's a great depth to that. It's a brilliant place to keep all those things, to keep that kitchen a bit cleaner and clearer. And as we mentioned earlier, here we have the utility side of the kitchen, and that is the reverse side of that stained glass piece of timber we saw earlier. And this is a great internal space in a vestibule area to say that's accessed off that dining room, that dining hall we saw before. The crucial guest WC is preceded here by a little bit of a boot room, a bit of a cloak room, so it truly is a cloak store. And it's very nicely kitted out, very functional, but also so good looking. Yet more functionality here by way of the utility cum boiler room. As we've said, this is a high-tech heating system in here, so it's good to have it all on display, easy for maintenance, and of course, space for the utilities. Maybe it's a good area to have the family dog if you have one. And it's almost time to head back on through and up to the first floor. As you may remember earlier, of course, hopefully this all links together for you, and that gives you a great idea, along with the floor plan, of how the ground floor works. We've got plenty more to see upstairs. Now we rise up the ornate staircase to the landing, and the word landing doesn't really do it justice because there's almost a room here in itself. Yet again, the timber frame showing off very proudly. This is a wonderful area, demonstrated with the interior design so very well here. You can sit here, gaze through those incredible windows, and it's your very own living space. So again, if this is for families of all ages, I'm sure there'll be a teenage generation enjoying that space, or maybe the adults will as well. On the opposing side of that landing, here we have yet more space down here. Great to see the characterful windows there, interesting profile. It just all works oh so well. Of course, all accessed off that amazing landing, all the bedrooms you will find. And here we are in the master suite, and this truly is a master suite. We're just in one wing of it at the moment by way of this brilliant dressing room, plenty of wardrobe space with bespoke cabinetry, and the picture window seats are incredible. You can see a pair of binoculars there. That's a nod to the lifestyle here. Before we show you the bedroom, access from this dressing room is a gorgeous boutique hotel style bathroom. This is incredible, a 4-piece suite. We've got a jacuzzi bath there, which is just super quality. Huge shower cubicle as well. Everything's immaculately clean, especially the timber frames. And moving back over to the sleeping quarters, we just, of course, have to cross the delightful minstrel's gallery. I can see that reading nook down there I showed you earlier. But come on through into this main master bedroom suite, where it feels like you're in a world of your own, largely because of that minstrel's gallery access. But of course, there's bespoke cabinetry in here, space for freestanding furniture, if you will, space for an enormous bed, or 2 or 3 of those enormous beds. A multi-aspect room on the corner here, the picture seated window there, and the deep-silled window are just framing the most perfect view to wake up to any time of year. Back over this incredible minstrel's gallery, can't get enough of this. Here we go into yet another ensuited bedroom. Now we've got 2 bedrooms for you here. One goes slightly up, one goes slightly down, and you'll soon see what I mean. Stepping down just a few short steps, we have another double bedroom. So yet again, if the teenagers or the kids or the adults are living in here, it really feels like you've got your own privacy. Of course, you've got your own views, plenty of built-in storage as well. And as I said, this is ensuited with a stunning luxury shower cubicle there, everything you'd need. It truly is like being in a hotel. Stepping up out of that bedroom and stepping up into the next one. Yet again, we find ourselves in another characterful bedroom suite. Beautiful exposed stone in around the windows and indeed above there. Can't tell you how each part of the home feels so very different, but also flows so very well. This is a nice room and also comes with an ensuite. And I really like the way this shower area has been fitted so professionally in here. The toilet's nicely tucked in the corner. Yet again, something you'd see in a country hotel. That's the bedrooms done on this wing of the home, passing the galleried landing, moving by some built-in storage back into this living area up here. Here we have the final of the 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and you'll be not You'll be unsurprised, should I say, that this is another good sized double with space for plenty of additional furniture, but also with some built-in storage. The ensuite attached to this room is perhaps my favourite. We have a 4-piece suite with a huge bath there. That really is incredible. Of course we have the views. Of course we have the timber frames. Of course we have an immaculate shower cubicle. This is just pure country luxury. Just before we leave this final bedroom, moving under the loft hatch reminds me that there's a great loft up there, really spacious. Subject to some building and of course necessary consents, the space on the landing here could see in the future a permanent staircase leading up into that roof space to create an even bigger home. Now that's the tour of the insides complete. Cannot wait to show you the gardens, starting with this beautiful National Trust style frontage. Now this area for me alone would be perfect. You can see the benches there overlooking your grounds and the views, just wonderful, but wait till you see the rear. And now we move to the rear where we enjoy this. It has a sunken garden feel to it, perfect for your morning coffee or alfresco dining. Water features are plenty. We've got a beautiful lion's mouth water feature there, and then this stunning historic well. Hopefully you can have a look down there. Certainly can when you come and view it. That's a hint of the good life there. And this patio leads all the way around the house. We've got plenty of functionality too, with outdoor tap, there's outdoor lighting, there's outdoor power. And just as we move through, look at these beds. I'll keep going on about them with good reason. So mature, so well textured and well layered. Continuing at this sunken garden level, we move on round to my favourite part of these gardens. This intriguing structure here is actually a gas operated fire pit with the gas tucked away neatly in there. What a wonderful lifestyle, sitting out here any time of day admiring yet another angle of your grounds. Time to move up to the rear lawns now, up the stone steps onto this mosaic style path here. Real high quality, and I'm under another favourite feature of mine, this fully blossoming cherry blossom tree, which has got this gorgeous bench here. I can see some gardening paraphernalia there. Yet again, a nod to the lifestyle you can enjoy when you purchase Overton Hall. And amidst all that gardening, if ever you're caught short, inside this charming building here, your very own historic WC. Moving up, yet more textured pathways. Here we are on a brilliant sun terrace, and every corner of this garden is designed just as well as the insides. Great nod to that lifestyle yet again. We've got space for the chimney and a brilliant view of your very own home. If you catch a glimpse from this angle, it's just a smile inducing. And then of course we've got the main bulk of these manicured lawns. Now these are perfect for the kids, the dog, the sun worshippers, the gardeners. This has been a very happy family home, as you can quite clearly tell. This could raise a number of children, so those of you really looking for that family seat will enjoy Overton Hall. It gets better and better as the paths sweep through these lawns here, and in the distance we've got a very valuable summer house, which is just perfect for entertaining or relaxing. Moving up through that centre circle feature there, here we are. And I do know these are extremely expensive to buy nowadays, so to have this in situ of such high quality with its double glazed bifold doors and picture windows to the either side. We've got yet more lifestyle nods here. Could just do with some coffee and cake sat in here, again admiring the views. Needs no introduction, that view is sensational, and any time of year it's going to look different, going to look better, going to look just as enchanting. And just taking a break from lawns and gardens, it's time to have a look at these oak features and these thick chunky gates that lead out to that pathway which takes us all the way from the front drive right up deeper into this affluent Cheshire hamlet area. But take a look at this post and rail fencing, although certainly more intricate than the average post and rail. This is a work of art, it really is, and it's weathered so well, it's so mature, so established, and it really complements these beds and borders. And there's one other oak feature that I love. I'm going to take you through it in a moment. The beady-eyed amongst you may have spotted it already. Behind this grand old tree we have another chunky oak door here. Come on through, where we have yet more gardens and grounds, a little bit more au naturel out here, but I can see a freshly mowed pathway leading to what I think might be a bit of a recreational area, but this whole space just oozes recreation. Maybe a small quad bike, maybe a llama, some chickens, a goat. Whatever you do here, it's wonderful. So come on up, because it just keeps going and going. And my hunch was correct. We've currently see what the current owner's been enjoying here, your very own golfing net. So yet again, great lifestyle touches. And just beyond here, where this freshly mowed path takes us to, here we are back on the track that I mentioned earlier that starts at the driveway and takes us all the way up to a road just at the top there. It is on the site plan. You may notice it on the drone. It's just great to have. It's historic, it's intriguing, and it really marks the boundary quite well, in my opinion. Now we're almost at the end, but we've got a little bit more to see, and just beyond that gate in the distance there, and right next to the greenhouse, we've got that outbuilding emerging, which is a real gardener's shed, but it's much more than that. It's a valuable outbuilding yet again, so let's get closer. Here we are down at yet more gardener's paradise. We've got some raised beds there on that patio. I mentioned that gate earlier. Now this, of course, is the driveway to the neighbour's house, but obviously with it leading up here to your grounds, there is a right of access up here. Final two beautiful outbuildings of the home are this super high quality greenhouse. That's like nothing I've seen. It's really valuable. Gardeners amongst you will love it, but you could use that for almost anything, I think. Move on round now, where we have this enormous gardener's shed storage area. Take a look at this. You see what I mean? Certainly not a shed. This could be a gym, a studio, maybe a place of business subject to some planning and building. Maybe this could be an annex in the future. Great ceiling heights, power and lighting, and beautiful windows. And so concludes the tour of Overton Hall. What a beautiful lifestyle, what a one-off home on the marketplace. If you'd like to know more, give us a call here at Chris Ham Riding Estate Agents, where we would love to book you that all-important viewing.